Okay, so this is a project for interpersonal communication, and we were tasked with doing a paper interviewing a family member about a tradition within our family, and we had to tie in some of the concepts that we learned throughout the class. So I chose to interview my older brother. I am the only girl in the family with a twin brother and my older brother. And growing up, our parents were amazing. They provided our necessities and more love in the house than any child could dream of. Um, Looking back, I do realize the struggles that they endured financially, but it makes us more grateful for the childhood that we did have. Um, some of the most precious memories from our childhood were during the holidays and the traditions that we had throughout the years. And I have my own favorites, but I did want to get the perspective from one of my brothers, so that is why I asked my brother Jeff. And I wanted to know what his most memorable traditions were, but most importantly, um, I learned what the traditions were all about and why they should be carried forward. So as Jeff began to think about his memories, they led to the importance of family holiday season, whether it was Thanksgiving or Christmas. He started talking about Christmas mostly, and he talked about mom baking cookies and said that's exactly where I got my love for baking, which is exactly true. She's the one that got us all into cooking. Um, so Christmas definitely started weeks in advance with our Christmas baking, and then we started decorating the Christmas tree, and we always had a live Christmas tree, and it started with Dad out on our front porch hacking away at the stump of the tree, and we all learned some new language that we were always asked not to repeat. I'm sure many of you guys can relate to that story if you've ever had a live Christmas tree. Um, and there was a collection of ceramic ornaments that my grandma had made that always went on the Christmas tree. They were little mice that she had hand painted. A little creepy now that you think about it, but they were grandma's ornaments that always went on the tree. Um, and our stockings were all hung by the stairs. It's something that mom always kind of took control and told us how to decorate. And then Christmas morning, it always started with the three of us in the living room and waiting for mom to wake up because she was a late night owl and liked to sleep in. So Dad was the one that went and woke her up, and then um, Dad was the one that passed out presents. So as Jeff is going through our traditions, it kind of made me stop and think of gender roles. And if our family actually followed the stereotypical gender roles um, that, you know, the man does this, the man carves the turkey, the woman stays in the, cooks the meal. Um, if we, if our if our family actually followed these stereotypes. And so I asked Jeff what his opinion was. And he said he really didn't think there was any specific roles since we all helped out. And he said even as we got older, we were pulled in the kitchen and that's how we all learned to cook. It wasn't just me baking with mom. We were all pulled in as we got older. That's how we all learned to cook a turkey in the oven. We all learned how to cook our mashed potatoes. And I read an article by Kate and Kurt Frisch that explained why we shouldn't go with the stereotypical, the man does this, the woman does this, because we're all blessed with our own strengths. And why should we follow those stereotypes if we can all team together and play to our strengths, break apart from those stereotypes? And I think our family does that. It doesn't matter that Dad passed out the gifts. It was more because he is a big kid, and he was so excited on Christmas morning, just like we were. And so he couldn't keep his hands off the gifts any more than we could. So he was right in the midst of those gifts, handing them out. So over the years, our family has changed. Obviously, losing our parents was a big hit to our tradition, and our meals have changed because of that. I took over catering the meal and tried to carry on the tradition. After Dad passed, then it was more of a hit to our tradition, and my brothers tried to take off some of the stress from that our family endured. And Jeff got to talking about how maybe the traditions weren't just about the meal, that one reason, and maybe the main reason that we all get together over the holidays, is to continue the memories that we created with our parents and grandparents while we were growing up. And the more and more he started talking about that, I feel our family's traditions were so strong because we benefited from an open dialogue. We self-disclosed a lot. We didn't, again, go by those gender stereotypes where the guy keeps everything in. We were a very open family. We were a very comfortable family. I think everybody feels very comfortable coming into our family. Sidney Girard is a humanistic psychologist who wrote that the more transparent you are with yourself and with basically with others, the more transparent you are with yourself and the healthier you are in a relationship. And I feel we had a very healthy relationship within our family because we were so open to communication. We, even with our extended family, my grandparents shared a lot of our holidays together, and we didn't have that battle between in-laws that you see a lot with, my mom and my grandma, button heads over whose tradition should overshadow whose, because we had that open dialogue. And now we see our in-laws, my husband coming into play, and now Jeff's, I might as well just call her my sister-in-law, coming into play. She feels welcome because we have that healthy, open relationship. And now that Jeff has blessed me with a niece, I see that coming into play as well as they bring their traditions into play and try and intermix the traditions. Kayla is so welcome in our family, and you could tell the comfort level as she walked into our house for the first Christmas, and I contribute that to our open dialogue within our family. So as I think about my interview with Jeff and our family traditions, I kind of realized that it really wasn't about the meal. I always thought it was so important that we carry on and do the big blown out Christmas meal. And it really isn't about the meal. Those meals bring back the memories. And that's really what it's about. It's being together as a family, keeping those memories alive. If it takes making those meals to bring those memories alive, that's great. But as long as we're together and we can share those memories and pass those memories along to little Raina June, my niece, and add new memories to our traditions, that's what the tradition's all about. It's what was so special with these traditions is what was ingrained by the people that we spent with. So continuing to keep the traditions alive